Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really powerful idea from Peter Thiel's book 0 to 1, and it's one of those ideas that's, well, pretty provocative. It kind of challenges a core belief that most of us have about what it takes to succeed, not just in business, but in life. And here it is. This is the quote at the very heart of it all. Competition is for losers. I mean, come on, that sounds pretty arrogant, right? Maybe even a little bit crazy. But just stick with me here, because the logic behind this statement, it might just change how you see, well, pretty much everything.
And look, let's be real. That quote probably feels just wrong. I mean, everything we're taught, from sports when we're kids to the schools we go to, it's all about how competition is this healthy thing. It's supposed to be the engine of progress, the thing that makes us stronger, smarter, more innovative.
So that's the real puzzle here, isn't it? What does one of the world's top investors see that most of us just miss? What's he getting at about the very nature of competition? Okay, let's dig in and find out.
Okay, so to really get Thiel's point, we have to start by looking at competition a little differently. Not as this path to victory, but actually as a hidden trap.
And this is what that trap looks like in the real world. You get companies making super similar products, right? So they're all fighting for the same customers. And what happens? They start competing on price, slashing it lower and lower. They copy each other's features. They pour tons of money into marketing, just trying to get noticed. It's just this totally exhausting race to the bottom. And the result of all that intense effort? It doesn't really create anything new. It just destroys value. Companies are working harder and harder, but their profits, they just get thinner and thinner because the competition is eating it all up. They basically just end up canceling each other out. Okay, so if competition is the trap, then what's the alternative? Well, according to Thiel, the real goal isn't to win the fight, it's to escape the fight completely by building a monopoly. Now, I know what you're thinking. The word monopoly has some pretty negative vibes, right? But it is so important to understand what Thiel means by it. This isn't about cheating the system or using unfair tactics. It's about creating something so good, so uniquely valuable, that you basically become the only real choice for your customers. Just think about Google for a second. Yeah, sure, there were other search engines before them. But Google became so ridiculously good that it basically created its own category. For years and years, it had no real competition. And that allowed it to create just immense new value and, capture massive profits along the way. And this right here, this is the core mindset shift. Most people, most businesses are stuck asking that old question, how do I beat my competitors? Thiel's whole framework pushes us to ask a totally new question. How do I build something so different that I don't even have any competitors to begin with? So how does this actually look in the real world? How do you win by just not playing the same game as everybody else? Well, here's a perfect way to think about it. On one side, you've got restaurants. It's a brutally competitive market, right? Everyone's fighting over price and location, copying each other's menus. The margins are just razor thin. But on the other side, imagine a company that does one thing: reliable transport just for elderly patients. It solves a very specific, unique problem. It can completely own that niche, and that can lead to much, much healthier profits. And that gets to the real lesson here. The path to creating one of these good monopolies, it often starts small. Instead of trying to take on some huge, giant market from day one, find a small, maybe even overlooked niche, and just become the absolute best solution for that group of people. You gotta own it completely. And you see this pattern with all the greats, right? Apple doesn't just sell you a phone, it sells you an entire ecosystem that's really hard to leave. Amazon isn't just another store, it's this unparalleled logistics machine built on trust. And Tesla, well, they didn't try to build a better Toyota, they created a whole new kind of car. They all became different, not just a little bit better. But here's where it gets really interesting for all of us. This whole idea is so much bigger than just business strategy. It applies to our own careers and our own lives in a really deep way.
So, is this just for entrepreneurs? The simple answer is no, absolutely not. Thiel argues that we, as individuals, fall into the exact same competition traps all the time.
I mean, think about it. So much of our lives are set up like a big tournament. We're fighting for a limited number of spots at top universities, competing for the same few prestigious jobs. We end up chasing these things because they look impressive or because, everyone else wants it, without ever really stopping to ask if it's what we truly want.
And that is the profound danger here. You can spend years and years just outcompeting everyone, you can get the top grades, land that coveted job, and then one day you look around and realize you're on a path that isn't actually meaningful to you.
You won the game, but it turns out it was the wrong game all along.
And this quote just brings the whole philosophy together, doesn't it? Whether you're building a company or building a life, the goal isn't just to be the best player in a crowded field. The real goal is to create something so valuable and unique that you actually build your own game, where you're the one who sets the rules.
So we'll leave you with this final, really powerful question from Thiel. This is the question that can help you escape that competition trap. Instead of looking at what everyone else is doing, look for the open space. What important problem is being ignored? What valuable thing can you bring into the world that no one else is creating? Because that is where you'll find your 0 to 1.